Hello and thanks for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Natasha Kirchak here with ILTV's morning briefing.
4,831 people have now been diagnosed with the coronavirus in the state of Israel, with 136 new cases discovered since last night. 83 are now in serious condition, another 95 are moderately ill, and the rest are exhibiting mild symptoms. And while 163 have recovered from the disease, Israel saw 2 more deaths overnight because of COVID-19, bringing the death toll up to 18. One of last night's victims has been identified as the youngest Israeli to pass away from the coronavirus, 49-year-old Tamar Peretz Levi, who survived by 4-year-old twins. Her partner Shimon died of heart failure shortly after their birth. Most of Tamar's family is now quarantined. The Israeli government is now rolling out new restrictions in an effort to stem the spread of the coronavirus as infection numbers continue to increase. The Israeli Prime Minister has announced the new rules from his official residence in Jerusalem, where he's currently in self-quarantine after one of his closest aides was diagnosed with COVID-19. Israel's newest regulations now require businesses to only allow no more than 10 people or 15% of their workforce to work from the office or outside of home. Before coming into work, employees will be required to take their temperature and fill in a statement guaranteeing that they don't have any symptoms of coronavirus, like a fever of 38 degrees or more, a cough, or shortness of breath. And in places of work where employees can't maintain a distance of 2 meters from one another, employers will be required to instate other measures to prevent infection. No gatherings will be allowed in public spaces anymore, including for prayers and weddings, and individuals who pray should do so alone. At the Western Wall, a single prayer group of 10 people will be allowed during 3 different daily services, but all people must maintain a distance of 2 meters from one another. Funerals will be held in open spaces only and can be attended by up to 20 people, and Brit Milah circumcision ceremonies are allowed to be held with up to 10. Shipping will continue to be allowed for all products. These latest regulations join the rules put into place last week, which prohibit Israelis from venturing more than 100 meters away from their homes unless it's to seek various essentials like food or medical care. As the Israeli economy struggles in response to increased regulations, the Israeli finance minister has now announced that Israel will be spending tens of billions of shekels to stimulate growth. The aid package features funds for the healthcare system and helping out at-risk groups, a social security safety net for salaried employees, the self-employed freelancers, and the elderly, and a program for the acceleration of the economy. 10 billion shekels will go towards the healthcare system to fund the cost of ventilators, 20 million coronavirus tests, protective gear, and to stabilize hospital budgets. 1 billion will fund initiatives to assist the groups who are at most risk of contracting severe cases of the coronavirus. 3 billion shekels will be used to fund unemployment benefits for those over the age of 67, and employees placed on unpaid leave will be assisted by a 14 billion shekel package. 200 million will go towards non-profit organizations. Now, self-employed workers whose income has been damaged by the current crisis will be eligible for 2 grants, a first payment of up to 6,000 shekels in April and a second payment of up to 8,000 in May. Over 40 billion will be allocated to ensuring business continuity, which would include canceling municipal tax, social security payments, and utility bills. And then last but not least, almost 8 billion shekels would be aimed at bolstering economic growth by aiding the high-tech industry, accelerating construction projects, and improving digital services for Israelis. Israel's premier airline El Al has just decided to operate 2 more commercial flights to Australia and New Zealand, all in an effort to pick up Israeli tourists who are stranded abroad. The Israeli Foreign Ministry says both countries have the largest concentration of Israelis stuck outside of Israel. Right now, as of today, authorities say that 2,151 Israeli tourists who want to return to Israel are still stuck outside of the country. 2 flights from India and Thailand carrying hundreds of Israelis landed at Ben Gurion Airport yesterday, and the Foreign Ministry has been working in cooperation with the Israeli airlines El Al, Arkia, and Israel to organize dozens of flights for Israelis stranded in tons of nations, including Croatia, Italy, Argentina, Brazil, Colombia, Romania, and Singapore. Israeli officials are still urging Israelis who are abroad to come back to Israel as quickly as possible before all air traffic comes to a halt.
That's all for now. I'm Natasha Kirchak, and see you later with our main daily broadcast.